Hi, and welcome back to another car conversation. Happy satisfying Saturday to each and every one of you. It is my hope and my prayer that you all had a wonderful 4th of July on yesterday. I hope that you all were able to spend time with your family, your friends, or just sat at home and did absolutely nothing like I did. Well, my sister and I, we went to Walmart, spent a couple hours there, having fun and doing what we needed to do. But other than that, I just decided to sit home and work on my journals. But I'm hoping that you all were able to get out and which is what I truly wanted to do. There's absolutely nothing. But I hope you all were able to get out and enjoy the day. Now, I'm going to be talking today about setting your personal standards. So here are some approaches to help you establish your own personal standards. And keep in mind that setting standards is a personal and reflective process. Your standards are not mine, mine are not yours, and ours are not somebody else's. So always keep that in mind. That is a personal endeavor. So I have 7 things that I want to share with you, a takeaway, and I promise I'll let you be. Number 1, self-reflection. You must identify what values are most important to you. For example, honesty, integrity, Christian values, etc., etc., etc. You have to determine what that looks like for you. Make sure you assess your strengths and your weaknesses, and then spend time on your strengths and areas of improvement. Now, notice I didn't say spend time on your weaknesses. I'm asking you to just make sure you know what those weaknesses are. And that's a horrible thing when you don't know what your, excuse me, y'all, my camera keeps sliding down. It's this tripod. When you don't know what your weaknesses are. So I'm saying figure out what they are and write them down, but don't spend a whole lot of time on them. Actually, don't spend any time on them. Acknowledge and then move on. I want you to focus on your strengths. Focus on building those up and improving wherever it is that you need to improve. Number 2, define your goals. You need to have short and long-term goals. Hear what I just said. I need you to have short and long-term goals, okay? And they need to be SMART goals. And let me break that down. They need to be specific. They need to be measurable. They need to be achievable. They need to be relevant, and they need to be time bound, which means you're not just creating goals with no end in mind, okay? And then make sure you set both personal and professional goals. So I gave you 2 different things to think about. I said short and long term, both professional and personal. So that way it keeps everything balanced. Okay. Number 3, research and learn from others. You guys, this is so important. Find a role model that has great standards and morals, and then read. Also, you want to read as many books. Let me back up because I don't want to skip over that. When I say find a role model that has great standards and morals, everybody can't be a role model for you. Well, I should say everybody shouldn't be. Anybody can, but everybody shouldn't be. I want you to find someone that mirrors what you want to see in you. I'm not saying that you have to be like them and do everything that they do, but I want you to find someone who mirrors what you want to see in you. If you want to see someone, if you want to be someone who is leading a Fortune 500 company, or someone who is a very successful entrepreneur, then you definitely don't want to get Ray and Pookie and them on the corner, because that's not where you're trying to go. Now, they may be entrepreneurs in their own right, but that's not the kind of entrepreneurship you're looking for. You understand what I'm saying? So you want to find somebody that's already doing what it is that you want to do. If you want to be a great speaker, if you want to be a confident speaker, find someone that does that well and study them. And if you know them, talk to them, say, hey, listen, I'd like to have you as my mentor. And if they're doing speaking engagements, see if you can come along, just so you can watch how they work a room or how they deal with the negative energy that can come from a group when you're speaking. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So now I want you to read as many books as you can, take as many training classes as you can, attend workshops and conferences. The key is to not only learn all you can, but also avoid the mistakes that they've made. This is where your mentor comes into play. So anytime you start something new, you don't know everything. You may know some things, but you're not going to know everything. And until you have encountered situations, you're not going to know how to handle them. So why not get somebody that's been through what you've been through, so they can say, listen, when you're starting out that business, you're going to encounter this, that, and the third. So you'll know what to look for. And then they're going to give you some tips on how to handle those things, or how to fix things that may come up. Because if you think you just, oh, I know it all, I don't need anybody else's help. I mean, you can go out there and you can just learn on your own. But I don't know about you all. I definitely want to learn from someone that's already been through what I'm trying to do. It's just like, perfect example, if you are trying to get started on YouTube or any social media platform for that matter, find somebody that's already doing a great job of it. I'm not saying they have to have 1 million subscribers. I'm not saying that, but they're already comfortable in their own skin doing what they're doing, because it's not easy getting in front of the camera. Because you do have to worry about things like, are people going to like my content? Are they going to like me? Am I sounding too bougie, or am I sounding too whatever? Because somebody's always going to find something to nitpick about, and that's just life. But I lost my train of thought when I just had to belch. What was I saying? Oh, learning from others. You want to learn from others who have made mistakes, so you don't make those same mistakes. I have learned so much in my life from other people's mistakes, and I guarantee you, if you get you a good mentor, they're going to teach you that stuff. And then you want to, hold on, y'all, I done lost my place here. Oh, yeah, so attend, and let me say this. If you ever go scrolling through Instagram, there's going to come up, as you're scrolling through, you're going to see workshops. Click on those. See if there's something that's something that you're interested in. You may want to learn more about ChatGPT. You may want to learn how to market yourself, market your business, how to get good at selling your books and journals and things on KDP and all that other good stuff. There are tons of free classes that you can take. Now keep in mind that when you click on those things, they're going to get your email, and they will probably send you 11 messages about, hey, glad you signed up for this free workshop. Don't forget, I also have this other offer for you that you can purchase as well. Now, if it's something you're interested in, purchase it. If not, go through the class, because I promise you they're going to have an offer for you at the end of that free workshop. But you get so much, maybe not everything that they know, but you get so much out of these free workshops. So I want you to always look for that. And of course, workshops and conferences, a lot of times you're going to have to pay for those, but if it's going to teach you something, then it's well worth it. So the key is not only to learn all you can, but also avoid the mistakes that they've made. That's the takeaway, okay? You definitely want to learn from their mistakes. Number 4, set clear standards and write them down. I can't stress this enough, you guys. You need to get a journal, because you need to write down your standards. You need to write down your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, all that other stuff. And doing this will help you to be accountable for what you said you were going to do. Too often we say we're going to do things, but we don't write them down. And so just like you and I are talking right now, you tend to forget. I mean, let's just face it. We have so many things going on in our lives that we tend to forget. It happens, so write it down. Number 5, take action by applying what you've learned. Now, we talked about learning these things. Now it's time to take action. So we want to get to a place where we're not just constantly consuming, but now we're creating. It's all right to consume, but I need you to be creating as well. So be consistent with whatever approach you choose. I'm not going to tell you how to approach that. because only you know what works best for you. But take action by applying what you learn. You say, okay, I've done the workshops, I've read the books, I've gotten a mentor, I've consumed all of this information. Well, now it's time to put it out there and do something with it, because otherwise it's just living rent free up in your head. Number 6, review and adjust when necessary. Assess your progress on a weekly, listen to what I'm saying, a weekly, a monthly, a quarterly, and a yearly basis. So you need to be looking at your progress and all those things. At the end of every week, you want to ask yourself, okay, what did I achieve that's going to get me closer to my goal? And what do I need to work on? And then at the end of the month, look at everything that you've done. And if you're writing this stuff down, you can check off on your list of the things that you've accomplished. And definitely every quarter, like we're in the 3rd quarter of the year now. Oh my goodness, y'all, that's hard to believe. We are in the 3rd quarter of the year. It seems like just yesterday we were yelling Happy New Year to one another, but we are in the 3rd quarter. That means we're in the second half of the year. And so it is time to get serious about your goals. So you need to, well, I'm going to say this. I want to encourage you to go back and look at the goals that you set. Excuse me, on my trying to adjust my shirt here. Go back and look at the goals that you set for yourself in the 2nd quarter. Now you may be saying, but Michelle, I didn't set any. Okay, and if you didn't, that's fine. However, we're in the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Now is the time to write down the goals that you are setting for yourself, for the things that you want to accomplish in the 3rd quarter of this year. It might be to start your holiday shopping savings. It might be to start that business. It might be to write that book. It might be to move, to lose weight, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. Just come up with some goals. I want to challenge you to come up with at least 5 goals for this quarter. Now, not only do I want you to write down the goals for the quarter, but I want you to write them down for each month. What are you going to do each month? What are you going to do in July? What are you going to do in August? What are you going to do in September? Be specific. Don't just write down some vague, I'm going to lose weight. Okay, that's great. How much weight are you going to lose? How much weight do you want to lose each week? Do you understand what I'm saying? So each week I want to lose X number of pounds. Each month I want to lose X number of pounds. And then of course, the long term would be from the 2nd quarter to the end of the year, I want to have lost whatever that total number is that you're looking for. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that can work with anything, not just weight loss, but anything. But you definitely want to, I find it helpful to break those down in that way, so again, you don't become overwhelmed. Number 7, last but not least, get feedback from those you trust the most. These people have your back, and they want to see you grow and not set you up to fail. Here's the problem when you ask for feedback from, I'm going to use, for lack of a better word, fans and or groupies. And that's not, I'm not using that in a bad way. I'm just talking about the people that truly love you. You could do everything wrong and they're still going to tell you that you did a great job because they truly love you, as they should. But you want feedback from people that are saying, listen, I love you and I want to set you up to succeed. See, when people just tell you you're doing a great job and you really didn't, they're setting you up for failure. Again, they love you, but they're setting you up to fail because they're not being honest with you. So you want to get feedback from people that are going to be honest with you and tell you the truth. If you are, for lack of a better word, half-assing everything that you do, you want that person that's going to be honest and say, listen, Michelle, you come to the plate, but you're not coming with everything. You're doing just enough to get by. And I need you to move away from that kind of thinking, okay? While you are asking for their input, this is important, listen carefully. While you're asking for their input, always be open to their critique. It may not always be what you want to hear, but it's needed. And I want to stress that because, again, a lot of times we want people to tell us what we want to hear. So if somebody says to you, you know, you're doing okay, but you could be doing better. You need to step up and you need to do more of this and less of that. Whatever it is, They're giving you that critique again because they care about you, and they want to set you up for success. You are setting yourself and others up for failure if all you do is tell them what they want to hear. Oh, you're doing a great job. Keep doing that. No, don't keep doing that, because that's not getting you closer to your goals. It's helping you get further away from your goals. So again, always look for critique from people that are going to be honest and keep it real, whether you like it or not, because that critique is not always going to feel good. But you want to make sure, again, that you are surrounding yourself with people that have your best interests at heart. I can't stress that enough. Now, here's your takeaway. Setting your own standards is a dynamic process that requires introspection, goal setting, and a willingness to adapt when needed. And I want to stress the part of adapting. There are going to be things, let me say this. You're going to set goals for the month of July, the month of August, and the month of September. And right now, all things being equal, everything's going to work out exactly the way you planned it. But can I just tell you that life happens? Life gets to lifing, and you are going to have to adapt. And the problem is going to come in if you're not good at being able to adapt. You saying to yourself, but I want things to go this way. I need this to happen so I can do that. Well, guess what? This may not happen the way you want. So what you're going to have to do is adapt and say, okay, this path was supposed to take me straight, but it had me veering off to the left. My left, your right. So I'm going to adapt, because I'm going to go to the left, and then I'm going to take a U-turn and come back around so I can get back on the path that I needed to be on. Or having to go to the left may mean that you're going to have to adjust some things for the next 2 months in this quarter. And if that's the case, you do that and you keep it moving. Don't let it get you hung up. I've seen too many people get hung up when they had to adapt and they don't know how, or they don't want to. And now you're stuck because you don't want to change what you already wrote down. It's all right. If you wrote it in pencil, sweetie, just erase it. If you wrote it in pen, draw through it or use some whiteout. But you can't get stuck because things have changed and now you have to change. That's just life. It's going to happen, but you have to be able to adapt to any changes, good, bad, or indifferent, that may come up. You guys, that's it. That's all I have. I am going to let you be so I can go back in here and get this video uploaded, edited to the best that I can, because y'all know with these car conversations, I'm not doing a whole bunch of editing, but just fill in my description box, because I like to include the key takeaways that I've given you in the description box so that you can have them for future reference if you save, when you save this video and, excuse me, and go back and look at it later. And so, yeah, I need to be doing that. And then I'm going to sit back, and I bought, oh, y'all forgot to bring it. I'll show you guys on Monday, but I bought a book yesterday while I was in Walmart, and it's about famous women in the Bible for African-American women. And right now, I've only read 3. I've read Eve's story. I forgot the second one, but I'm finishing up Lot's wife's story. And so, yeah, I'll show y'all that book on Monday, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But other than that, I'm going to sit back and just relax the rest of this evening. Thank you all so much for hanging in there with me. Thank you all so much that make what I do even more special. Because I do what I do because I love each and every one of you. I love the emails, the text messages, the DMs, all that good stuff. When you say, Michelle, thank you so much for doing what you do. You have no idea how blessed I am by what you share on your platforms. I love those, so please keep those coming, you guys. It truly encourages and motivates me to keep doing what I do, but I'm going to do it anyway. You know why? Because if I can only help one person, then I've done my job. So having said that, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. If this is your first time, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to tap the bell, and go back and check out some of my other videos that I've done. I promise you, you are going to find a topic that will help you. If not now, maybe later on. Don't forget, always share my content with your family and friends, or anybody else that you think could benefit from whatever it is that I'm sharing. I'm always grateful when people do that, because those people do come back and say, hey, my friend so-and-so, I may not know who they are, shared your video with me, and I just wanted to tell you that you blessed me so much. So please, thank you all for continuing to do that for me. If this is not your first rodeo, then I lost my train of thought. Oh, I know what it is. I was getting ready to say, yo, my mind is already on the next thing I need to do. If this is not your first rodeo, welcome back. You know I miss you when I don't get a chance to see you. Go out there, enjoy the rest of this day. It is 90 degrees here in the DMV, which is why if you can hear the fan blowing, I have my AC on. But it's 90 degrees here. Wherever you go, whatever you do, have fun and please be safe. By all means, please be safe. Enjoy the rest of this beautiful weekend. And we'll talk again on Monday. But in the meantime, I ask that you continue to pray for me, because I'm definitely going to be praying for you, and watch God change things. Love you all. We'll talk again on Monday.